how's it going? Sorry for the slight delay. And today, we're taking a slight break from the Personas to play a completely different game, which is the roguelike Hades. If you're gonna have me fix your damn spelling, hold the damn ladder. Fall damage, alright.
Come shades I don't have all day. Or night. And next.
So, for those who don't know, the central premise of Hades is you play a character named Zagreus. That's homeboy here with the fiery feet, as he tries to escape the realms of his father, Hades, in order to find his mother, Persephone. Over the course of the game, you're given various tools to help aid you along that way. I've played a little bit of it. I have a skeleton that I can shoot. And I think today I'm just going to try to knock some prophecies off of what they call the Fated List, which are basically just missions you can do to earn other rewards. Particularly, what I would like to try to knock off is Master of Arms, where I just need to finish with a particular weapon. And then, if I can finish Master of Arms, I should be able to finish... Where was it? Got a bit more for that one. One of these. So up at the top, Eternal Rest, which is our friendo out here, which is to actually, you know, rest for eternity and not be my punching bag. I've been told how to do that, but I'm unable to currently. So, we will, this is the last weapon that I've yet to complete a run with. Otherwise, I have completed something with all, at least on the easiest difficulty, all 5 of these. So we will give it a shot and see how it goes.
Darkness, give me strength. See that exegriff?
Hammer of Daedalus. And what this does is this augments just the weapon itself. It doesn't necessarily give you any other powers, but it allows the base weapon to behave a bit differently.
Don't do that. Okay. Shoot. Hey, money. Come to me, fishies.
Oh, fish. There we go.
Come on up.
It's a hellfish.
What do you know, a hellfish?
What do you know? And for those interested, I'm playing on a controller because, sure, it does make this game a lot easier.
I'll be leaving shortly. Time to go then.
There's another one I needed. Hold up 1 second. There was a particular boon I was looking for. Sorry about the sound. This game is kind of weird sometimes with tabbing out and sound. Alright, Lady Athena, give us what we need.
Here on Olympus is the opposite of everything about that lifeless squalor you reside in, Zagreus. Fight on and come to us.
Yes, I needed phalanx shot, because I need lightning phalanx. So next I need to find our good boy Zeus.
The shield of light.
Now this will deflect, which is good. Right, let's see if we can get our homeboy Zeus up in here.
Who else? I'm rich.
Get some good old-fashioned coins. Yeah, I'll take the darkness. Yeah, sorry, I was running a bit late. Sorry about that. Ow. How's it going, Sleepy? Oh man, how close are you to finishing Final Fantasy? As for about this game, we play Zagreus. That's this homeboy right here. He's trying to escape hell to meet his mother, Persephone. Oh, nice. The final stretch where you just have to sit down and hunker down for like 2 hours to beat it.
Something I can use.
Look at that. And so, basically with this game, you progress room by room. In each room you have a different type of effect you can get out of it. The way you alter yourself is you get boons from the gods. Yeah, I have... What, do I get the name here? 1 second. I have the aspect of Eris on the Adament rail. It's the last weapon I have yet to actually clear a run with. I have punched Hades to death before I machine gunned him to death. But yes, it's also got a grenade launcher, which when I stand in the explosion makes me more powerful. In this particular instance, do you pick what? Yes, you pick the weapon at the start. You have a choice between a sword, a spear, a shield, which is entertainingly enough the best weapon in the game, a bow and arrow, a two big, gauntlets, and then the adamant rail. And then on top of that, each one of those has has 4 variations that slightly twist how it works. So for example, the normal adamant rail doesn't power up when the grenade goes off. This particular version, when you're in the explosion of the grenade, you become more powerful for a couple rounds. I think until you reload, or it's like X amount of shots. So now I have a choice. I can either descend into chaos, which will allow me to talk to primordial chaos. I can try to, or I can get a boon from Lady Demeter, or I can get a Palm of Power, which would upgrade one of the abilities I currently have. Since I don't have too many abilities right now, that's not really a good option. So I'm left with get a boon, or take a bit of a gamble on Chaos. With Chaos, when you descend, as you can see down at the bottom, it costs life to go talk to Chaos. I will lose 21 life to go talk to him. When I talk to him, I get what is essentially a boon, but it comes with a penalty. It comes with a penalty that lasts a certain amount of rounds, and I'm just going to do it because might as well, as he says. And then once the penalty is done, I just get a flat bonus to something. So, also, as with anything by Supergiant,
Infinite possibilities can be tedious to choose from.
the character design is rad.
With a significantly smaller set with which you may yet change the fate's design.
So yeah, here's how this works. Essentially, for all of his stuff, you get a brief penalty, and then you get a permanent boon once the penalty is gone. So, for example, addled shot. For the next 4 encounters, each time I cast, which is one of the things I can do, I take damage. But after 4 encounters, my cast becomes stronger. I can move slower, but my attack will then become stronger. I can move slower, and then my special becomes stronger. So, and it's an interesting way these things sort of work. They're like, the naming system determines what they do. So you can see these are both slothful things. They both have the same penalty, but because one's slothful strike and one's slothful flourish, they have different boons once you've completed them. I really like casting in this one, so I won't cast for a couple rounds, but then get a better cast. So now I have a choice. Out of every chaos, you usually, or out of most chaoses, you'll get 3 choices instead of the normal 2. So now I can go talk to Sisyphus, I can go get bonus max health, or I can go fight a boss and get a better boon. And I'm always in favor of better boons and bosses, so...
Hey, lads. Have to reload.
These guys essentially have better boons and bosses. It's my favorite shop. These guys, as you can see by their yellow health bar, they have armor. Meaning that you can't really affect them with things like... You can't interrupt their abilities while they have armor on. They also essentially just have 2 health bars, which is fun. Ow. Please reload, please reload. There we go. Oh yeah, another fun fact, because this is a gun, I do have to reload. It does it automatically, but it's every 12 rounds I have to stop firing. There we go.
Over there.
Alright, what do you got for me, Lady Demeter?
I have affection for you, little sprout. No need for reciprocity. But now I'll offer you the fiercest of my capabilities.
Oh, yeah, no. God, no. If it was minigame related reload, I just would never use this weapon. Just, oof. I need to do one thing real quick, 1 second. So the stream is going to freeze, because whenever I click out of the game pauses, which is great for some things and not so great for others. Also, Demeter is one of the newest ones added in. When I first started playing, she was not in the game. So, that's entertaining. Oh, well, I mean, the game might have paused, but since I was, like, here, let me see if it shows it. You can see, like, the fire around the things has stopped, and while you don't notice it, yeah. Also, music would cut out, but there's no music once you've cleared a room, so. She has one of the cooler aid abilities, so now I've unlocked a new thing I can do right under my health bar at the bottom. There's 4 little bars, and I can now, as I progress through a fight, call the aid of a god. Ooh, a free room. Yoink. I don't see these near often enough. Occasionally you'll just come across a room with no enemies where you can heal, and you just get the reward. I'm gonna alter this one.
What else we got?
Alright, so I can get gems, or I can go talk to the boatman and spend my coins, which you can't really... I've got some coins down over here. It's usually... Oh, well, there goes my arm. Goodbye. They'll just normally be hidden behind me, because there's nowhere else I can really exist well on this screen. So yeah, I can either get some gems, which are more like permanent upgrade currency, or I can talk to Chiron, the boatman, who will... I'd rather see your health bar than... Yeah, fair. The only time that this side really matters is between runs, and I can show that if you're still around then. Because there's like the permanent upgrade system, and it displays all your currency over here on this side. But let's go talk to the boatman. Let's go talk to Chiron. Also, the Blood Rivers. Where is he? There he is. So I'm like 90% sure this is a temporary model, because apparently a couple models had basically this form, just slightly like palette swapped, before they got their final things. That is French fries and a gyro, a euro. It heals. It restores 44 health. I can also get a boon from Hermes or a boon from Lady Demeter. Hermes is usually a good one.
A word of caution, cuz. Don't ask too many questions about me or my professional associate down there. I hand souls over to him, and that's it. You understand?
Gotcha. Ooh. Dashing more times in a row is always good. Now I can dash 3 times instead of 2. And I don't really need the health that much. I'll save the money. Ah, skulls! Oh shit, I'm still taking damage! I just forgot. You'll get a little, like, audio note, and you can sort of, if I could pause it, I could show you. The downside to Chaos is when it says encounters, it doesn't mean rooms, it means fights. So, the shopping room and the empty room did not work on diminishing the count. Meaning I'm still under the effect of Chaos.
Which path?
Ooh. Alright. Something that you don't get at the beginning of the game when you first start, it's unlocked. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. Is these treasure troves. And these treasure troves are time limits to do more things and get more reward. So in this case, I have to kill 6 more foes. And if I do, I will get what is in that chest right there, which your counter is the fact that as time progresses, you just get a smaller reward. So it started at 100, and because of how quickly I cleared it, I now have 89.
I'll take
I mean, it's probably good that it feels very Bastion. I can think of worse things to say about a game. Let's go get some coin for the boatman. And so the central way that you kind of differentiate all of the, like each run, the randomness that comes from it, is the boons that sort of spawn for you. In some ways you can influence which gods arrive, or which gods are likely to arrive. But to a degree you have a limited amount of choices. And they all behave very, very differently. And sort of on theme with what they would do. Hermes is kind of a neutral one. He'll appear no matter what you have, but he will help you move and dodge and shorten cooldowns. Demeter, the god of seasons, has a bunch of chill effects that will help you freeze foes. Zeus, surprise, conjures lightning, and a bunch of stuff like that. So, all very on theme. Nah, I don't need any of that. Ooh, I'm gonna do this one just because it's fun. So this is a fun thing. The little skull in the corner means technically it's a boss fight. Now, there's no enemies in here yet, because I have to come up here and make a choice between Athena and Demeter. And whichever one I choose, I anger the other, and have to deal with the repercussions of that. I really don't want to deal with the repercussions of Demeter, so I'll deal with the repercussions of Lady Athena.
Yes, indeed.
So now I get my 3 choices, which for the most part, there'll always be 3 choices. Let's say my attack is stronger and will inflict chilled. Athena grew displeased.
I'm your closest confidant. You'd best remember this before you spurn me again.
And now she's angry, so she's gonna summon things for me to fight. And while she summons things for me to fight, she's gonna start dropping areas where my enemies become invulnerable, like that. He's impervious to damage for X amount of time. Ah. Fire faster, Exagriff. There we go. That one. Summon all of the ice. There we go.
All is forgiven, Zagreus, and I take no offense. Exacting vengeance is just something we Olympians all do from time to time.
You know, occasionally we get angry and just decide to try to murder each other, which, fair if history is to be believed. Alright, so deflect is always a good ability, and I particularly like it on dash. It just makes your dash more safe. Well, that's unalterable, and I could alter that. But let's proceed to the shop. This is probably the final thing before the boss chamber, anyway. So.
No urns permitted in this chamber.
Got anything to say, Chiron? Nope. 238. Yeah, we will increase our max life by a bit, and we will increase something.
Gods.
Yeah. Make our cast stronger. I'm always a fan of casts, so sorry, Chiron. Alright, let's fight one of the Furies. Which one? Electo. No. Tisiphone. Oh boy. Well, this is going to be interesting with this particular weapon. Ow. Now she makes this room smaller. Yay!
Okay.
Ow. Where'd she go? There she is.
What?
There we go. Ow. Ah, shit. There we go.
Glad that's over.
And we get some darkness, because I've beaten her before at this difficulty with this particular weapon. The only person I haven't beaten with this particular weapon on this particular difficulty.
Oh, I didn't see you come in.
Hades.
Well, I did.
We'll restore. I'm trying to do something in particular, so I'm going to switch out this keepsake I have and try to get a thing from Zeus next.
Might help.
Let's see. Shop. That doesn't help because I've got 13 gold. Alright, cool. Let's proceed.
Up we go then. Change of scenery at least.
Asphodel. Look at that. Look how pretty that is.
Just a few rides across the Phlegathon and up we go.
So let's see. We have made it out of... where was it? Tartarus. We now find ourselves in Asphodel. And our first stop is a Palm of Power. You know what? I want something different.
Change.
Sure, Hermes. It's sort of... It's got the isometric thing, and it's very action-y. but it's very much a roguelike in the sense of you have very little control over how you can build your character in comparison to, like, Diablo. Like Diablo, you have full control over every aspect of your character. In this, you do have some control, but you are very limited to what the game gives you. Sort of the nature of the beast when it comes to these sort of games. In the same vein of, like, faster than light and, well, rogue.
Happy to be in the area, boss. Seeing as the mortal folk up here keep dying off, and someone's got to bring their souls down to your domain now, don't they?
Also, you learn a little bit of, you know, Greek theology, I suppose. Yeah, I really want my special to be faster. My grenade. Ooh. Go talk to Eurydice. That sounds like a great idea. I love Eurydice. The Orpheus's muse. Also that quintessential supergiant music.
Majesty.
So good.
You must be hungry, hon.
Also,
Something ought to keep you going.
rad design. Also, so you'll come across these guys. There's one in each kind of level range. In the first level range, it's Sisyphus. In this level range, it's Eurydice. And she just offers you food. So you've got Ambrosia Delight, Palm Porridge, or Refreshing Nectar. And apparently, according to Zagreus, it's all delicious. You very much get this choice every time you see her. So one of them, 2 boons of yours are upgraded to the next rarity. That's 2 boons you have will get upgraded. Each boon has a rarity and a level. The higher the rarity, the stronger it is at base, and you level up off of that, making them progressively stronger. You can upgrade 4 random boons by 1 level, but what I usually get is kind of an investment in the future of it, of upgrading the next 3 boons I find. They have a higher rarity.
I knew it.
I think just for me, that's usually fared better, because the base of the next 3 things I get is a higher base level. So, now I'm back to the fighting. How's it going, Moo? Trying to get them high rarities.
Rearming.
Oh yeah, also my dash now reflects things. So I can fight this guy with his own stuff, which is just silly. As if the dash making you basically invulnerable if you timed it right wasn't enough. Boop.
Don't keep me waiting.
Ah, skull pile. Will you stop? Stay frosty. There we go. Ow.
Good enough.
I still haven't found any fish. So entertainingly, all of the gods have a legendary ability that you can find from them.
Let's have a look here.
And none of those really worth it. Brief explanation of what this is, since I don't think I've mentioned it. This is the Well of Charon, which you'll find on random rooms. They're temporary buffs, but a lot cheaper. So, like, restores 38 health for 27 coin, attack up 30% for just 3 encounters, or I gain an additional cast for 3 encounters. Not really worth it for the most part. I need Zeus. I need to go talk to Zeus. Ugh. Why did it have to be a boss room? But anyway, what I was saying was, Each of the gods have a legendary ability, a legendary boon they can grant upon you. And the one for Poseidon might be the most entertaining for me. Because the one for Poseidon you can only get once you, I assume, once you've unlocked the fishing rod. Because he just spawns more fish for you to fish. Now, the fish have a purpose. You take them back when you're done with a run and you trade them in for the permanent upgrade currency. But I just love it. It's like, you'll find more fish. It's like, the fuck? Zeus is causing me to summon more lightning. You're just gonna find me more fish? Alright, is this the Barge of Death? Yes!
Barge of Death, you're here.
Alright, Barge of Death, what you got for me? Yeah, the Barge of Death is an entertaining one. It's one of... So each level, the first level range usually has one specific boss type. This one has 2. The next one has 2. And the Barge is one of them. The other is a floating Gorgon head and a pillar that repeatedly falls from the heavens. So that's an entertaining one. I like the Barge a lot better because it's just more of a fun fight to me. Except for these crystals that inevitably get summoned and make things impervious, much to my chagrin. So, fun thing about the deflect ability is you can deflect any projectile that is thrown at you, including these weird bombs these guys hurl through the air if you time it right. Which is really entertaining because nobody is seemingly immune to their own things when it is reflected. Alright, Zeus, please have the thing I need.
Ah, must be my gleaming thunder signet that I transferred to you. Why, I could feel its call from all the way up here.
Pretty rad Zeus design. I love it. I love the design for Zeus so much. Let's see. I'm trying to get one last thing for this quest I'm on. So I need either Lightning Strike, Thunder Flourish, which I have, Thunder Dash, or Electric Shock. So I need Thunder Flourish, which your special causes a lightning bolt to strike nearby foes. Now,
Lightning.
there's a reason I needed to select that ability in particular. When you get certain abilities, so in this case, Thunder Flourish and Phalanx Shot for this particular run that I'm trying to force to happen, next time I find either Athena or a Zeus boon, I get a chance at getting what's called a duo boon, which only works when you have certain combinations of abilities. And it will be something that affects both of them. In this case, the Phalanx Shot, which is this, will now bounce between enemies if I can get that skill.
Next island.
And that's the last thing, the last duo skill, they're called, I need for a prophecy or a quest, as the case may be. Where'd you go? There you are. Hello. Hey, Tiny, how's it going? Long time no see. Shit. Die. Hi. Where'd you go? There you are. Keep getting shoosted. Next. Ow. Demeter, can you just handle that a bit for me? Thank you. Thank you.
Gemstones.
Not really, no. It hasn't been that long of a time. It's been a couple days at most.
Something I can use.
So I can either get some coin for Charon. These things are ridiculous and I can't do them with this current run. So, one tinge of Erebus, please. So one of these, it's the Yarn of Arondre, I think is how it's pronounced. Also, I haven't caught the name before. I'm a big fan of Hydralite. As a drink, I guess. But yeah, Hydralite is pretty entertaining. Occasionally, people you interact with will make comment on certain things you have, and it's really entertaining. Particularly the boss of the next zone, not this one. The boss on this one isn't too talkative, unfortunately, but understandably why they're not very talkative. Next. Oh, there's a lot of you motherfuckers over here. I hate the laser rocks.
Wretch.
Ah, can't see, I'm blind. There we go. Oh shit. Demeter, a little help. Please take care of just all of that for me. Thank you. Boop. There we go. Give me this nice pomegranate. We'll make my cast stronger.
Excellent.
Alright, so I can choose between Ares or Chiron. Don't have that much coin. Let's choose Ares. What you got for me, Ares? Are you the final room? You sure are. So, whenever you get to the final room before a boss, I'm stuck on a pole. There won't be anything besides either the shop, which will be over here, or the buff for the person you have selected, in this case, Ares, and then the boat to leave, and that's it. So, let's talk to our good friend, the God of War.
Not once has your Lord Father thanked me for delivering vast portions of his clientele. Surely you shall be more grateful for my gifts.
I am very grateful for your gifts. That's very good, but I need to keep Phalanx Shot. After you take damage, inflict doom on a foe, or attack special and cast, deal more damage. I'll probably just take the Urge to Kill, because that's just a fun sounding ability. And so now all of my abilities deal more damage, which is good. Anything else? Nope. Onto the boat to fight Lemmy. Oh god, it actually says Lerny the Bone Hydra now. I never noticed that. So this is the Lernian Hydra. But at some point, Zagreus, the protagonist, just decided to call him Lerny. And so he is now Lerny the Bone Hydra, apparently. And in case you were saying that's not a Hydra, well, he spawned more heads for you. So essentially, the Hydra is like 3 phases. He's got the phase where you fight him, and he does the same thing over and over again. And then he's got 2 different phases where he summons these skulls. And the first phase, the first time he summons them, he doesn't summon that many. But he's invulnerable while they're all out, so I can't do shit. Come on. Back into the middle. There we go. Blah, blah. Ah, shit. Should have done that. So now I've got a lot more Hydra heads that I'm going to have to take care of. You can take care of that, Demeter. I'm probably gonna die. Good news is, death isn't as much of a setback in this as you would expect it to be. Yeah, I remember it being 3 phases of Hydra heads, and then when I started playing again after a brief hiatus, I discovered it being 2 Hydra heads, or 2 phases of Hydra heads. And I thought I was going insane. Am I remembering that correctly, Tiny? Boop. There we go.
And clear.
Oh, yeah, I never played when the pillars would break. Thank God.
Darkness.
Alright. And now, we make our way into Elysium.
We'll have you back here soon enough, I think.
Probably. I'm not too good with this weapon, so... let's give me some health. Let's check out what's in the shop. Now I'll keep the coin. Alright, so... Are you entering Elysium? Soon. So I've got a choice between very many keepsakes that I can choose from. So many keepsakes. Let's see here. And any keepsake I have used and switched away from, I cannot switch back to on the run. So I started with the Owl Pendant to start with Athena. I've now switched to the Thunder Signet to force Zeus to show up. I can do any number of things. After taking damage, become impervious. I'm a big fan of the Evergreen Acorn, which is only helpful on boss fights, but it negates the first 5 times you're hit on a boss fight. This one just gives you money. Which I may take the money for this particular wing. Yeah, I'll take 150 coins of Charon. Chiron. And now we enter the much prettier section, Elysium. Look how pleasant this place is. I'm gonna fuck it all up.
Shiny.
Look at this.
For all his faults, Father did make this place look good.
Look how good this looks. I'm gonna fuck it all up. Anyway. Alright, so we have a choice between Athena and Ares. I want to try to get a duo boon out of Athena. Meaning I gotta trigger anytime I see Athena and Zeus. Now most of the enemies in Elysium are a pain in the ass. Because you have to kill them all twice. They have their normal form where they wield their weapon. And then they become, if I can reload, this weaponless blob. that will try to get to one of the floating ghost weapons. And if it gets to one of the ghost weapons, it can respawn and you have to kill it again. Which normally is less of a problem, but when you have a weapon that has to reload, it could become a bit of a problem. And the thing that I hate most when I'm not just running with the shield are the, those things, the chariots. Because they just bully you. There we go. Athena!
In the name of Hades.
Ooh, brilliant riposte. I have never gotten that before. When you deflect attacks, it deals more damage. You can tell I've never gotten it before because of the little scroll next to it saying it is a fated choice that I am one day destined to take it. And I think that day will be today.
Athena's power.
Because I'm trying to complete a bunch of quests, so... The Braid of Atlas. Let's restore some health. This one's an interesting one. So there's two ways of coming back from the dead. There's an ability called Death's Defiance, which over your entire run, you get 3 uses of it. You can use them any number of times in a single room. You can use them spread out over the course of the thing, but you only get 3. What I have is called Stubborn Defiance, which is when I die, I come back with 30%. I can come back any number of times over the course of the run, but it can only be once per room. I cannot die more than once per room. This just says for the next 20 encounters, I will come back with 10% more life when I do. So that's a good ability. I'm gonna take that. Shit. Give me the gemstones. Also, it plays a much bigger deal here. The traps will also target your enemies, helpfully. So this big purple bolt being fired out of a ballista will wreck some things when you do it right. Rearming. Nope, chariot, nope, much. There we go.
Look what I found.
I hate those things. I hate them. There's a version of them that is particularly annoying, which are tiny ones that are suicidal, because they'll just roll up on you and fucking explode. So that's a fun ability to have to deal with. Ah! Oh. Die. Please. Ah, shit, he respawned. There's an example of why Elysium is certainly an interesting place. Because you have to kill everything twice. Or at least kill most things twice. The common enemies here, you have to kill twice. Luckily, when you roll up with a assault rifle with an underrail grenade launcher, it tends to be made a bit easier. Oh god, all the little suicide bots. See, these are the ones I very dislike, because they'll just kill themselves. There we go. But they prefer to kill themselves when they hit you, so... Alright, so, I have options. my attack is a 3-round burst, but I never have to reload. That's really good. My attack becomes a short spread that deals 50 base damage. So I'm guessing it becomes like a shotgun. And my special fires a spread of 5 bombs, but each deal 30% less damage. I'm gonna go with cluster bombs, just because I haven't taken it before. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's fun. In Elysium, there are 2 boss fights. One I really like, and one I very much don't. Let's see. Oh, it's the one I don't. Shit.
It's that big soul catcher again.
So the reason I don't like this one is it continuously summons the spirits until I kill this butterfly ball. And it honestly is just a pain in the ass. There we go. There we go.
I'll keep my
Alright.
soul for now.
Please have been worth it. Yes! There we go.
Is my hair
Prophecy fulfilled. So now when I do this, it'll bounce off of enemies. Let's go talk to our good friend Ares. Let's see what he has for us.
Who dies first?
Also, it only bounces off of enemies when there's enemies nearby for it to bounce to. So let's see. Well, nope, goodbye. The trap got that one before I could. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Alright, that was better than I thought it would be.
How many more of these are there?
Well, I died. I come back with 30, well, technically 40% life. There we go.
That's the last of them.
I have now died on this run. Ooh. No, I'm gonna keep, that's really good, but I'm gonna keep Divine Dash because that causes reflection when I dash. We'll take the thing where as I kill people, I become better at killing people. That sounds like a plan.
Got to keep pushing.
As I enact my best Link in breaking all of the pots. We've got all the coins, so let's go to Charon. And this isn't the last one. Nice. So I can get myself a euro and heal.
I'll take this one.
I can get some darkness, which is a permanent upgrade currency, and
Delicious.
the Palm of Power, which will cause all my stuff to deal 3% more damage. Lady Demeter, what you got for me? God, that change is so entertaining. Where it shoots 5 grenades instead of just 1. It just covers so much more area. Because then you can start doing shit like that. Oh shit. Ow. That's not... Please, all of you die. Thank you. There we go.
I should go.
Alright, what you got for me? Ooh, 10 stacks of chill will cause the target to explode. That sounds like
I see.
a good thing. At least for me. Is there anything else of interest in this area? Ooh. Yeah, let's see how much health we can restore with our nice little treasure challenge. Oh shit! Ah, God! That's not what I wanted to happen. Well, I died. That's fine. There we go. Net gain.
There we are.
I died, so I went back up to like 40% life, and now I'm healing for 96, so... Net gain! Oh shit. These assholes. Oh shit. I hate these. Ah, why are there so many of them? Please die. There we go. There we go. Nice. Give me a key and a thing to reroll. Nice. So I can... Oh, I'm at the end. I assume I'm at the end, because usually I don't get this choice too often. Let's see. Yep. The final chamber. Much like before, we'll just take everything. So either everything can deal 2% more damage, my cast can become a fair bit stronger, or my attack can become 16% stronger. We'll go with the attack. Now, I've been playing for a fair bit recently, especially. I got back into this. And I recently finally unlocked the things called companions. When you become friends, there's a way to befriend various NPCs in this. And when you do that, with certain ones, you get companions. I've become a companion with Death himself, with Thanatos.
My brethren failed to thwart your advance. Well, you shall go no further.
I have to now face Theseus in the Bull of Minos. But luckily, I have a friend. And as you can see, he just removed half of Theseus's health. Now Theseus this fight's an interesting one, because Theseus, as far as I can tell, is the only other character in this who is also blessed by a god. And it's a random god each time. So the fight is slightly different every time you fight him. In this case, he is buffed by Dionysus. Please hit this pillar. Thank you. Alright, well there's Theseus dealt with. And there's the pull down. The heroes vanquished.
Hope you enjoyed the show out in the stands.
Now the part that I really like about all this is you have all these people who are fans of the Bowl of Manos and Theseus, except for this one guy over here in red,
My biggest fan.
who is a fan of Zagreus, the main character. So whenever you clear it, you can wander over him and say something nice to your one fan out in the crowd. I did it for you, Shade.
So you thwarted the champion of Elysium.
I sure did. I sure did. And now,
Keepsakes.
I prepare for the final fight. Now, the final area is really interesting. And it's dramatically different than the other 3 areas. We finally come upon Styx itself.
It's nicer outside than it is in here.
Breaking these because some of these, the gold urns that you might see here and there, they have coin in them. Ah, there's a fish. Fish. Also, there's Cerberus. Hi, Cerberus. So first, I'm gonna get this fish.
I got one.
I got a scuffer.
Another scuffer.
So the boss for Styx, as to be expected, I can't pet him here, unfortunately. I will pet him later, but I cannot pet the adorable pup here. Cerberus, for those who haven't played the game, is Zagreus's pet dog. So Zagreus obviously doesn't want to fight Cerberus, but you still got to get Cerberus out of the way. The way you do this is by exploring these tunnels filled with satyrs until you find a sack filled with satyr stuff, and then you feed that to Cerberus and he wanders off to do his own thing.
All these tunnels.
But I have a choice of 5 wings to go down, and 3 of them are normal, 2 of them are bosses, and the satyr sack is at the end of one of them, and I don't know which one it is. Yeah, I have no idea which one it is. But once I clear out one of these tunnels, I get the bonus that's listed above them, which I can actually alter. Interesting. I didn't think about that. And I end up back here, where I can come back, and this shop will always be here, with these exact items in them. And so I can see what I have to work towards. I have 463 now. I could save up a bit and get the Blessing of Hermes. I could save up 1,000 and get a diamond, which is a thing you use between runs to unlock stuff and to upgrade the house. I can get a very nice Zeus buff. I can get a normal Zeus buff. I can get a palm to upgrade something, or I can upgrade my max life by 25. We will see how this goes, first of all. So these, if you look underneath where it says proceed, I've unlocked the ability, when I get a key, I also get a, I don't remember which one it is. There's one that you can alter boons when you're selecting them. And there's this one, which allows you to change a room. And I am going to change, which one do I want to change? Let's change the one for Athena. So I click this button.
Let's try this instead.
And now it's a Palm of Power. So if I were to clear this out, instead of getting a higher boon from Athena, because it's a boss room, I would get a Palm of Power that upgrades one of my boons by 2 levels instead of just 1. But I usually like clearing out the easier rooms first. So let's go get some coin.
Hello.
Also, in comparison to the other ones, these are all very small, very quick, very angry chambers. And there's these things everywhere because these things all want to poison you. This is the first area that Zagreus comes across where the things are actually alive. Up until this point, you've been dealing with shades and spirits. All of this is living rats and living satyrs. They are alive. And so they're perfectly fine poisoning you. But unsurprisingly, the things that use blowtorches don't know how to deal with something that launches 5 grenades at once. So I've still got a bit of an advantage. And the fact that I can just fill a room with explosions. But I still got poisoned. And so now I have to drink that. And I'm no longer poisoned.
That's a live coin. Yes.
Also, because I'll probably be saying also a lot, there's this thing, which pops up every now and then, that I don't usually use. It allows you to sell one of the boons you don't have in case you are in desperate need of cash, which we are not. The better the boon, the more cash you get from it. I am obviously not in desperate need of cash, as you can sort of see as I phase out of existence here. I've got 600 currency, so I'm not too concerned about it. Yeah, the green screening stuff doesn't work on a software level when you don't really have a green screen, but it works surprisingly well when I'm, like, not moving too much. It is kind of funny though when you shift and it's just Thanos arrives and just, oh no, and I start just phasing out of existence. And earlier I made my arm disappear. I have noticed though, usually when I wear a tank top, I guess because it's my pale skin on a darker room background, it functions a little better.
This temple's positively crawling.
Ah, shit, poison. Nope, gotta find the thing. There it is. So since it sounded like you had played before I did, Tiny, when you were playing, did they have all, I think it's, they wouldn't have had all 5 weapons, because the Twin Fists are a relatively new addition. But did they have, like, the gun when you played? I'm gonna go ahead. As much as I want to get this diamond, I think I'm gonna need the max life.
Use this.
Alright. Let's go for... When I played, they had sword, bow, and shield. So they didn't even have the spear yet. Alright. The spear is actually the first thing I managed to clear with. Ah, shit. That is fair. I did not play it when it was on the Epic Store. I only played it... I've only started playing it since it made its way onto Steam. So I don't know if you played it on the Epic Game Store when it first was a thing. Yeah, that makes sense. So you played it like a year before I ever got my hands on it. I'm just gonna sit behind this pillar and lob grenades. Yeah, they recently added in Nyx. Oh, here we go. Here's the Satyr Sack. So we get our boon from Zeus. Lightning. Ooh, the God Gauge fills faster. Lightning bolts affect a larger area, or lightning effects make things jolted. The next attack inflicts lightning damage that harms nearby foes. Seeing as I'm very close to just entering a one-on-one fight, I feel like this is going to be the better bet.
Lord Zeus's
I will
strength.
take the Satyr Sack, and I will fill up my health to full.
Yum.
Yum.
I go.
Yeah, they recently added in some stuff tiny. I think maybe a month ago is when the Twin Fists got added in, which is a very entertaining weapon. And they also, I believe, finally gave Nyx her own model.
Greetings, Charon.
Because she used to look something sort of like Charon does, with just the hooded figure. Slightly different. Hers was more purple, and his is more just like pure black. Yeah, we're just going to get a bunch of random stuff.
Pleasure doing business.
So hopefully she'll be back at the house and you'll get to see her new model. After using your call, you deal more damage. After you take damage, foe struck by lightning. We're gonna do that.
Thunder time.
And then we're gonna see what else he has for me. We'll just take that one.
Is my hair sticking up?
Alright, well, I don't think I'm gonna worry about these other chambers. And we're gonna feed our pup.
Cerberus again accepts the sack.
Good boy. Cerberus sated temporarily. I like that every time you do it, that's a different thing. There's like a set list of them, and so it's like, Cerberus annihilated his hunger. Cerberus stuffed his belly.
I guess there's only one thing left to do. Isn't that so, Father?
You think the rail of Adament can vanquish me? We'll momentarily find out.
I'm also going to assume, Tiny, you managed to clear this probably a couple times while you were playing it.
Why do you keep doing this time after blasted time?
Keep having to live within your house.
Also, inner fight banter between these two is great. So Hades is a really interesting fight in that he will summon random minions from the entire game. He's got like a set list. He won't summon, I think, certain things. I don't remember. But he will also, as he fights, summon those little skulls. If they hit Zagreus, they apply a dot to him. If they miss Zagreus but hit the wall, they will stay and eventually explode in a field-wide effect. So generally either finding a way to tank the hit or to deflect it back to him is the way to go.
Useless. Demeter had best stay out of my affairs.
Luckily, though, when they hit the wall, they become enemies you can kill. So that's good.
We're not finished.
And now comes the second phase.
Come on.
Now the real fight begins. Where suddenly a lot of AoE can happen in a very short time frame. Also, he can do this. I've been meaning to give Enter the Gungeon a try. I saw it a while back, but I never really played it too much. Oh shit, lasers! My thing is, I haven't liked too many roguelike games. Like, FTL, while I enjoyed it, it never clicked for me to want to invest the amount of time I have put into this. Oh shit, oh shit. There we go. There we go. Ow, ow. This is why I like the acorn from Eurydice. Oh shit. Because if you look around me, I've still got this glowing effect. That means I have yet to be hit 5 times. Because she tanks the first 5 hits. Oh shit, no, 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 no. Oh god. Woo. Got a bit lucky there. Alright, well you're back there, I guess. There we go. Now I've been hit. Come on. Works for me. Oh shit. Come on. There we go. Nice.
No matter how many times you beat me, we're family. There's no escaping that. Good riddance.
Thank you.
There.
Probably one of my favorite moments in this entire game was, second favorite moment was discovering that the Bull of Minos was part of the boss fight on Elysium, not just a mini-boss. Because the first time I came across him, he was a mini-boss, and he caved my skull in. And then I found him on the boss, and I was like, what the fuck, game? My second favorite moment on this game is when I discovered that Hades has a Phase 2. It was very much the case of I had just getting pummeled the entire first phase, and I got him down, and I was like, yes, I finally did it. What happens? What do you mean his health bar is refilling? Game? Don't be like that, game. And this is also the first time I've managed to clear it with the Adament rail, so as you can see there, just above me, I tend to prefer the Shield of Chaos, because it's insane. And I'll probably show why next, because I've done what I needed to do with this. I've got my Blood of the Titans, fulfilled yet another prophecy. I think that's 3 prophecies I fulfilled.
Despite having transcended past the confines of the underworld yet again, Prince Zagreus proves utterly unable to get past this point.
And every time, most times, there's like this long list of different reasons why Zagreus just dies here. Just dead. And this is what happens when you die. If you die previously, or if you make it through, you wander out of the pool of blood, and they say to be continued. Let's see, is Nyx here? Nyx is here. Here you go, Tiny. Here's what Nyx looks like now.
Nyx, you ever have a burning urge to find the case files for the circumstances under which our court musician bound himself to eternal servitude here in this house, and forever lost his opportunity to be with his beloved muse? I was wondering if you had a remedy for that.
That's a very particular problem. There's Zagreus. But
our court musician brings a certain
she looks sweet.
But you may discover once you find his case files in section Zeta Pi Omega upper beta folder that the consequences that he suffers may be quite in excess of his trespasses.
She looks so much better now. She looks so cool.
Zeta Pi Omega upper beta folder. I'll look into it as soon as possible.
I mean, like, all of the character art in this Tiny is amazing. Hey, Dusa.
Prince Zagreus? I just wanted to say something, if you have a little time. I know...
Wait, no, now's fine, of course. What is it, Dusa? I'm not so busy, by the way, and always happy to check in. Wait, is something wrong?
No. It's just the opposite. I can't believe you helped me with the lounge. I don't think anyone has ever helped me out like you did, cleaning up after Cerberus and the new rug and the kitchen and just all of this.
It was my pleasure, really. All of us use the lounge, don't we? This house can really be a lot, but in the lounge here, things are easier a bit, I think. I'm so glad we have you watching over it.
You really mean that, Prince? But you don't know what this means to me. I'm finally caught up on work. What am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this extra time. I have to go and plan everything out.
Okay, bye.
Take care now.
Oh yeah, Tiny, that's something else that you've, that wouldn't have been in the game as far as I'm aware. Megaria, Thanatos, and for some reason, Dusa, they all have what are essentially romance trees. Oh, and here's what you use the fishing rod for. You give it to the chef, and then he gives you currency, which I have over here. Here's my currencies. Oh no!
I was looking all over for you.
I can't pet the dog.
So tell me something, Father, if you please, since we're more candid lately in regard to matters of my birthright here and all. Did you and Mother, how to put this, any brothers or sisters I should know about?
I thought I told you never to invoke her here. Be thankful that you have no blasted kin. You've such weak blood and such a temperament. Why then would you think I'd risk another such as you?
Ooh.
Sure, that's fair enough. It's just not all such things occur as planned, as I am told, from tales of your brothers and so forth.
Blast my brothers and blast you as well. All those who know me know I have no heir. You could not rise to the occasion if you tried. There is no one else. You've only me, and I have only you.
Heartwarming.
Sup, Achilles? There we go. Sup, Achilles?
I uncovered a late passage in the Codex with regard to Thanatos and me. It says, you say, you think that I'm the god of blood? I'm not the god of anything, I think.
Wait, I hit a thing. I'm gonna have to check that. Automod, don't be stopping people for language. I don't care about language in my chat most of the time. That's weird. I'm gonna have to mess with that. That's weird. It says, you think that I am the god of blood.
Oh, nonsense, lad. If you're a god, then you're the god of something, I'm sure. It's just an observation, and I genuinely hope it's no offense. But see, your father and your mother and your bloodstones and your disposition.
I'm not the god of anything, all right? Should have a look in the administrative chamber there.
Oh yeah, I unlocked the administrative chamber. Can I find Orpheus's file?
Contract I'm looking for should be back there.
Come on. Yes!
Nestled among the towering administrative parchment work of the long since deceased lies an old document concerning a special pact signed by a once living court musician who attempted vainly to rescue his wife from death.
It's Orpheus. Checking one other thing.
It should be dispatched over to the house contractor now.
Yeah. There we go. Now that should stop cutting out. Oh yeah, something that I'm not sure if it was in when you played Tiny. I can look at my previous runs and see how I did. And what I had. And it goes all the way back. So yep, first run ever, perished in Tartarus with redacted boons and benefits. I think because this was all before they implemented this, so they didn't track any of this. Run 14, there it is. That's where that's where Hades caved me in phase 2. And then, how long did it take me? There we go. Run 21 was the first one I made. And then...
Yeah.
Eventually, once I started figuring stuff out, I started getting more commonly up to Hades. And then escaped. You can start seeing I just equipped the shield for a bit. Shield. Okay, so... Don't worry, Orpheus, I'm gonna sort your problem out. I promise. I got things! So, I have employed the house contractor to help renovate the lounge, which was just buying a bunch of stuff from the contractor.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Which gives me 4 diamonds, which is very good. This was what I was working for, one of the things. In the last run, it was these 2. So this, all I needed was, what was it? Lightning Phalanx, I believe? Yes. And so that was the last thing I needed. I got that. That was the combination of Athena and Zeus. So I can claim that and get a bunch of nectar.
Time, I suppose.
And this is just clear on any difficulty with one of each of the infernal arms. And I did that, and I have 10 Titan's blood. And so now I'm rich. Well, sort of. So I can come in here, I can talk to the broker, and the broker can exchange things for other things and all of that. But I need to come over here and talk to him.
What, am I composed entirely of gemstones?
And these are all the upgrades. The work orders are the upgrades I've gotten over the course of the entire game. Everything under work orders, for the most part, will affect all of my runs. The rest of this all just gives me fancy shit for the house. And I can get music. And then the music I can have over here.
What might I do for you, my friend?
Which I can only do a couple things. Orpheus.
Parentage need not be secret any longer, Zagreus.
Don't think I have any say in that anymore. Alright, so what else can I get done? I've got the mirror, which is the permanent boons to Zagreus. The work orders in the back influence the world. This influences Zagreus. Don't know if the mirror overall... I believe the mirror would have been in when you were playing Tiny, because there wouldn't be much else to make this a roguelike. But what was new fairly recently is now there are basically 2 trees of things that you can choose from as you do it. And they tend to affect the same thing in different ways. So for example, I'm using Stubborn Defiance. This restores you to 30% health 1 time per chamber when your life total is depleted. When I enter a new chamber, that resets. I could also have Death Defiance. Each rank restores you to 50% health 1 time when your life total is depleted. In this case, I've upgraded it, so I have 3 uses of Death Defiance. I could use them all in one room. I can use them spread about. And then there are ways throughout the dungeon to get... You can spend money to get a use back if you spent it. And these all have different things. For example, one that I've started to like, Dark Regeneration, or Chthonic Vitality. the vitality whenever you enter a new chamber, you just heal 3. But this, whenever you get darkness, you get 80% of that darkness back as health, which is really good. And then just all sorts of little different ways to affect the run around you. Fated Authority was the thing that allowed me to re-roll the room. There's also what's called Fated Persuasion, which allows you to re-roll a boon that you get. So you look at the choice of 3 boons. If you don't like any of them at the bottom, there would be an option to re-roll, and all 3 of them go away, and you get a new set of 3 to pick from. That's a bit expensive, as you can see. I've got 511 darkness up there in the corner. That costs 1,000 to just get 1. For the entire run, it will give you 1 at the very beginning. So, as it sits, I've got most of this maxed out except for these things down here. I will take 1 Fated Authority, though. So now I will have that when I start a run. I will have 1 instance of Fated Authority.
Power of Night.
I have 1 prophecy, and I'm curious how this is going to go. I have a prophecy that I need to kill this skeleton. The way I kill this skeleton is I take my sword. This is the weapon you get at the very beginning of the game.
I think I'll try this.
The Sword of Zagreus.
What infernal forge created you?
And I have to upgrade it all the way to level 5.
Awaken.
That's it, the blade. You gotta let me have it with that thing.
And then I just beat him to death. I have no idea what's about to happen. As you can see, the sword doesn't do a lot of damage.
Finally free, boyo.
Skelly laid to rest.
What?
Got you pretty good again, didn't I, boyo? I am asking you to get me out of here. All that stuff about your blade and your aspect, I mean, you ate all of it right up.
God damn you, Skelly!
It appears I've been the victim of an elaborate prank. Not sure that I appreciate it, Skelly. What if I were to never hit you again?
So much blood wasted.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, come on, boyo. It was just a joke. I figured things could lighten up a little here. Don't need to do anything rash.
And no more tricks like that again.
Oh, I can now become better friends with him, I guess. But for my next run, which may very well take us to the end of the evening, I'm using my favorite weapon, the Aspect of Chaos, on the shield Aegis. So the original shield is this. You can hold. While you hold, you block. When you let go of it, you dash. You can also throw the shield like some sort of discount demonic Captain America. Now, what makes the Aspect of Chaos so very good?
Transform.
For each of these, you can put in Titan's Blood, and you upgrade the weapon. Yeah, that's what you use it for, Tiny. And you first use it to unlock a weapon, and then you use it to level it up. The Aspect of Chaos, after you bull rush, your next special throws multiple shields. When it's maxed out, it will throw 5 bonus shields. So you sit here, and you charge it up, and you dash, and suddenly, instead of throwing 1 shield, you throw 6. And each one of them will be affected by anything that affects your special. So if you have a thing that says, when you hit with your special summon lightning, all of them do it. And so it becomes insane. This is, for Tiny and anyone else interested, the gloves are the most recent addition. The Twin Fists of Malphon, which start off looking like this. The version I've been using is the Aspect of Demeter, which is when you hit 12 times. It says special charge, and then when you hit, you actually hit 5 times. So that's a good one. Or you hit 6 times. So, But before I do that, I'm going to check back here to see if I can do a couple things real quick. Oh, I gotta go talk to my fated table of tabling. Since I have tried to lay him to rest.
That's one more prophecy fulfilled.
So now I have 10 diamonds, which is great. Because it means I can go over to here. I believe once the work order for Orpheus appears, I need 1. But until then, I could get a portrait of myself for the West Hall, which is entertaining. I can get a disco ball for the lounge. And I can't get anything for my bedchambers. Or I could unlock some music. God of the Dead, commissioned in honor of Lord Hades. And most of these are just songs you'll hear in as you play. You can just come over to this thing over here and cue it up and force it to play.
Court musician, Zagreus.
So, but what I will get, yeah, I figured it would be the other way, that Hades' stuff would be the cheapest and Zagreus' would be the most expensive. I'm gonna get the portrait of myself.
I don't see why not. It seems my princely duty to commission this fine portrait of myself.
I ought to have named you Narcissus instead.
Oh, that's a good one. I ought to have named you Narcissus instead. Oh, that's good. I've got 8. I want to save at least 1 for whenever I can get the work order to release Orpheus and allow him to meet up with Eurydice again. So I can either get the portrait of the master, Hades, the portrait of Cerberus, the doggo, or a disco ball. I'm really tempted to get the disco ball. But I also kind of want to see what he says if I get a portrait of himself. But we're going to go disco ball for now just because it's funny.
Let's go with this. If some big light refracting orb won't fill the lounge with revelry, I don't know what will.
Oh, boy.
In darkness, what have you done now?
Relax.
Sit down, I won't want to get back up.
Damn it. Blood and darkness, what have you done now? Also, I gave Nick some flowers at some point. So that's nice. Alrighty, so
which to choose?
I want to be slowly leveling up some of these. Actually, let us try something a little different. Let's check our fated list and let us see. So I need 1 thing from the God of War, 1 from the Goddess of the Hunt, 2 from the God of Wine, 1 from the God of Seasons. Okay. And then 1 from the God of Wisdom. So I think with the shield... I think Demeter. We'll go for her boon to see if we can force her thing to work. Or the alternative is I go Chaos. Oh, but there's also ones. The next boon you find will be from Athena. I also need to have at least equipped and run with each of these once. So, but I'm going to try to get Demeter's effect. I'm also going to rank this up once.
Upgraded.
So now I can use it 1 more time. Even though I don't really use it that often, so I can just save all the nectar. Now using the shield, I have done a fair bit of these. To get any new rewards, this is the Pact of Punishment. I don't know if this was in-game when you last played. And this is New Game Plus, essentially. Once you've done killing Hades, this will appear on over the door to leave. If you run with nothing, it's just as if you had done a basic run. Once you've cleared it, though, you can't get any more bounties. You have to make the game more difficult to get more bounties, and thus more blood, diamonds, and nectar. And so, I have cleared this 10 times with the shield, meaning I have to fill the heat gauge to 10 before I can run it. So, we're going to, let's try putting a time limit on it. That'll give us 2. We have 9 minutes to clear each region, which would give us a total of 36 minutes to finish the run. We also, actually, before I do that, I'm going to have a lot of fun, because those 3 bosses that you just saw, I'm going to change what all 3 of them do. So now all 3 of them are going to be completely different fights. Well, I say completely different. They'll be 50% different, roughly. I will put the 9-minute time limit on it, and that still only gets me to 7 out of 10 heat. I need to add in a couple more things. I will add in, this requires you to sacrifice 1 boon on leaving each region. This forces you to deal with +1 elite foe or other problem in mini-boss encounters. That put me at 9. Let's go ahead and do that, just because it's funny. We're not gonna do this, because stacking on perks on top of all of this is gonna make this a tricky run. And, we're gonna say we'll deal with a couple more foes. So, at heat gauge 10, I have cleared Tartarus, and I've cleared Asphodel. But I died before I could beat the guys in Elysium, and I never made it to Styx. So, those 2 rewards are there waiting for me.
Wretches of the underworld, take heed.
So with the pact, let's see how I can do. Well, level 1, I have a fish waiting for me. So that's nice.
We are all willful children, are we not? I'm daughter to Hyperion, you know. A titan so obscure and hated that Lord Zeus, he started calling me his birth sister. So much did he dislike this bit of truth. And to get a rise out of me, too.
Alright, so special is stronger and inflicts chill. I'm a big fan of the crystal beam, and I'm kind of curious to see how it works with this build I've got, where my, the cast normally is a thing you have to pick back up. This is something that recharges instead. But that's a really good one, but I'm gonna wait on that. Actually, doubling special damage is probably good here. We're gonna take that.
That's cold.
I should probably be more decisive because I do only have a time limit.
Looks like a good spot.
But I believe that... I was a fool. I believe the time limit does not do... Oh, nope. Time limit's going. I've got 8 minutes and 46 seconds to clear this out. Alright, so I've got Ares and I've got Artemis. I like the combination of Artemis and Demeter. They have some fun interactions between the 2 of them. Spawn faster!
Himself taught you how to fight. No wonder you can hold your own down there. That is amazing. Do be sure to honor him from time to time. Got it?
Luckily, I just realized there's a nice clock over there, and it doesn't count down while I'm on this screen. So, improving my cast, I think, is going to be a big one we need here. So I'm going to get True Shot.
The might of the Huntress.
No fish. We're gonna go gems. Gems are going to give me coins, which are going to help me. There we go. Alright, so now we have Chaos, or we have Coin. We'll go with Chaos.
I can take it.
I assume yes, I just die if time runs out.
Alright then.
The burden of the passing time shall force a choice from you.
Yeah. Alright, so that's a good one. For the next 4 encounters, your life total is reduced. Afterwards, my special will deal more damage. That's really tempting. But this one's also really tempting, because I think I'm going to need to rely more on my cast here as well. I'm going to try to just avoid traps for now. Let's go with Sisyphus.
Why, look who's here, Baldy. Nice of you to drop in for a bit.
Sisyphus being the first of the choosing rooms. I get healing, darkness, or coin. I'm currently decent health. Darkness isn't going to be as helpful for me unless I get it in large quantities. I'm going to get some coin to try to make this run go smoother. Down to 7.5 minutes for this region. Oh, that's helpful. Let's alter this. Let's go with the key. It'll replenish the altar that I just expended.
Die.
Come on, spawn. This is why the shield is so good, because as I charge up, I block. There we go. Give me the thing.
One for the stash.
What are you? Health, don't need that. Hello, Dionysus. Yeah, I've never actually... Oh god. It's this boss. Now that I've added in minions. Alright, well, this became more complicated than it usually is. There we go.
You got this, man. I so believe in you. It's almost like the Greeks believe in me, and they believe in me an awful lot, you know.
Also, I love his artwork with the floating goblet. Your attacks inflict hangover, which is just a dot. Gain max life whenever you get nectar. Receive 1 nectar now. And if your health is low after an encounter, restore it to the 38% threshold. I'm gonna try to get this, because nectar also will boost up one of my abilities. Let's go with Zeus.
Destroy you.
There we go. That's why I love the shield. Just chaos until everything dies from it.
Already tried to poison you against me, as I understand, young man. Foster sister, she prefers, I say, loath as she is to accept her role as part of our great family.
Your dash causes lightning bolt. Your call makes lightning strike. We're gonna go with the bolt dash.
The thunder god's
Let's go with the darkness. Ow. I'm still under the effects of chaos, so traps deal more damage to me. These big rooms are a problem. Yoink.
Come on, you knuckleheads.
Oh nice, the time stops when I'm fishing. That's good. Come on, fishy. Nope. Come on. There we go.
Fish.
hellfish.
Hellfish.
Alright. And so we got Zeus and we got a palm. We're gonna go with Zeus.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Your attack emits chain lightning when you damage a foe. Your lightning bolts have a chance to strike twice. Ooh, but let's go with lightning strike.
Lord Zeus's strength.
Let's go for Boatman. Alright, we're still on the clock. Let's see, do we have any money? Nope. Daedalus, what you got for me?
You mate.
Your Bull Rush charges up faster. Your special deals 50 damage when you catch shit. And I don't really like Charge Shot, because I like the dash forward. Let's go with the charge up faster.
Never been
and then we'll get her. While all foes are chilled, which I don't like because it requires all foes to be chilled. So I'm gonna take the call from her.
Cool, cool.
Alright, we have just under 5 minutes to beat
Hello, Fury Sisters.
2 of the Furies.
I have been longing for a fair fight with you. Maybe that's why you signed the pact. To pity me.
I have my reasons. Pitying you isn't one of them. Although I guess you don't believe me, do you?
If it's punishment you want, how am I to say no?
So now the way the pact affects the Fury Sisters is you have a primary sister. In this case, it's Megaria. Entertainingly, these are the 2 we did not fight last time. But she's the one who I primarily have to worry about her effects. But the other one, in this case, Persephone, will swoop in and do her ability over the course of this fight. In this case, she will summon the rage storms. But luckily, the Furies aren't too difficult of a fight in general. So, augmenting them is a pretty good way to generate some heat. And there we go. My max health goes up, I heal, and I get some darkness. So, and the clock stops. Haha.
At least the Fury Sisters are on better terms.
Don't mind me, Father.
They're not really on better terms. They're Zeus. Alright, so we restore some health. Let's see. So what do we have here? Some good stuff that I can't afford. Alright, so I can change this up, and I probably will, although it is tempting to keep that to upgrade it. I only need 8 more encounters to do so. Is there any others that I'm close to leveling up? I need 11 with her. I could just get the 150 gold. I usually save the acorn for last, so I'm not going to equip that now because I want it for Hades. We'll keep hers and hope that we have another chance of having a run-in with her.
Let's go up.
And leveling it up. The Hydras will also be modified when I get to them, and they have an interesting modification.
The Asphodel Meadows.
Also, time has not yet started. I'm assuming it will not start until I get on the boat.
Days or nights.
So we can just take a moment to enjoy this. Alright. So we start off with a Palm of Power. 9 minutes, go. I think the realms, it's the last 2 I'm most worried about on the clock. Oh shit. Although, unfortunately, the shield, at least in my runs, tends to be a bit of a slower weapon. True, and that's why it's a bit of a concern. Like, I could get it on the first room, but I could have to clear out all 5 rooms. Or all 5 wings, in which case I'm kinda just fucked.
Gods grant me strength.
Your attacks emanates chain lightning, your special is stronger and inflicts chill. We're gonna upgrade our special.
Cheers.
I could do this, but I'm not going to. What's the treasure? 125 coin. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take the time. This is probably a bad call. Summon faster, summon faster. Faster would be better. So what those fire portals do, in case you're interested, is it unlocks a special challenge. And while I don't know if the clock is running while you're in one of them.
You lived through all that.
Very nice.
I don't know while the clock runs in one of them. The ultimate problem is the effects still carry through. So they give you better effects when you go into them. But if I take damage, I will come out with damage on me. And I can fail the challenge, meaning it is a room I can go into and not get the advertised reward out of. So it's an interesting risk-reward sort of setup. I don't have that much experience in them. It said I needed 10 heat, and this is the first time I've ever run with 10 heat, so this is the first time I've ever been able to work on this level's Infernal Trove, I believe they're called.
It's you, boss. That's good. But you're standing still. That's bad. Let's get you up and moving about again.
Specials faster. That regenerates. Specials faster.
That's God's speed, all right.
So I've got health and I've got shop. We'll go health. The last inmate.
Good. Come on in.
Where are you? There you are.
That's good.
What's in the shop? Nothing I want. So we've got, well, if I'm going to fight a boss for Dionysus, I'm going to fight a boss for Dionysus and Demeter, so go to the choice room. I hate Demeter's effect, so we're going to start with her.
Why, thank you, little sprout.
Applying 10 stacks of chill whenever you cast, and any nourishing effects become more potent. We will take that.
Very cool.
Alright, Dionysus gets angry.
Looks like I'm not going to lie. You hurt my feelings here. I thought we had a thing, a close familial bond. I'm really mad now that I think on it.
Alright, let's go.
Sorry, Dionysus.
Start the fight. Right, you know what?
I'm here.
Thanatos, a bit of help. Didn't help as much as I would have liked it. Right, there's the last one. Nope, more summoned. Good. is a slog.
Hey, now that was quite a sight. I gotta hand it to you, man. And you.
Ooh. Your special inflicts hangover, which will deal 11 damage every 5 seconds. That's tempting. What else do I have? I don't think I have anything else of hers that will give me... I've got that. Yeah, we'll take the heroic. Let's do this. Eurydice, let's go.
Eurydice.
Yeah, I don't... My time's not ticking down in here.
You're just in time, Your Royal Majesty. Cooked up something special just for you.
Yep, refreshing nectar.
You got it.
Feeling better already.
Alright, get some keys. Get an altered fate.
Inferno bombers.
So, hangover is entertaining. Beyond just the name, it's basically just a dot on the enemy. So now, every time, and it stacks, every time I hit somebody with one of these shields, each shield that hits them will apply a stack of that debuff that causes a dot. Alright, if this is the last chamber, I'm okay. It is.
Could use the rod of fishing there.
Let's use the rod of fishing to pause time.
Got a bite. A crustacean.
A crustacean, since there's an H for some fucking reason. Let's talk to Artemis.
I'll take this one.
After you cast or hit. Ooh. So this is a particularly fun one when you have a very high attack speed. It's really interesting with the twin fists because those are super fast, meaning you jump in and you just start punching as fast as you possibly can, and arrows just exit your body and murder everything around you. We're still gonna go with that actually.
Better hide.
Gonna heal up and going to get that. Cool. Let's be on our way.
Get me out of here.
4.5 minutes to kill Lemmy. Also, Lemmy's now got a new room because of that earlier effect. The same one that caused all of the Furies to arrive caused Lemmy to get a nice fancy new room. Alright. Now comes the interesting part, where the Hydra has learned how to fly, by the way. Ah, I'm on fire. There we go. 3 minutes remaining. I made good time there. I wish I could carry over the time, but I suppose that's not the benefit of that, that particular pact. Ow, I just lit myself on fire for no good reason.
They're already expecting you up in Elysium.
They're always expecting me up in Elysium. And Elysium's the fight I'm least looking forward to, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take this now, because I'm gonna need it. I'm also just gonna get this, because I feel like I'm going to need it up here.
Get me out of here.
So now that for the next 20 encounters, that thing will heal me more. Meaning, the boss fight at the very end of this is all I want it for. So these things are infernal troves, and there's one per zone, one per region. The first one requires heat 5, the second one requires heat 10, and the third one requires heat 15, and they all give you boss level bonuses for just completing a challenge. So they're really good, but there's challenges tied to them. So for example, the one at level 5 is you have to kill everything in a room without getting hit, which isn't as difficult in the first set of rooms, especially if you have something like the shield. That's just what I need in this bullshit. These fucking bee eggs.
This is crawling with these.
There we go. Take that. Yoink. Give me all the money. What are you? Darkness. No, I'm good. We'll go with... Let's go with the palm. Luckily, I have plenty of uses of my Summon Thanatos button remaining. So if things get particularly gnarly, since I can't use it on Hades himself, both unfortunately and unsurprisingly, Yep. Boop.
Good enough to eat.
We will do that one. Make those arrows more powerful. Alright, hammer. Oh, yes!
I thought I'd find you here.
I love these. These are challenges.
I got the feeling you could use some backup here.
And the way these work is, Thanatos and I are going to be in a competition to see who can kill more enemies in this room. If Thanatos wins, there's no penalty. But if I win, he increases my max health. Now, this is actually a really good... Elysium is a very good place to find him in, because most of these things require being killed twice. So, if usually, and I'm not doing it well this time, usually you're able to level the score when he kills something. Because most of the time you have to kill it twice to kill it. Hey Thanatos, you think you can kill this big one for me right quick? Thank you. Your special... Ooh, Borush deals damage... bonus damage to armor. This seems like the helpful one.
He just grows stronger.
Thank you. Later. Later, Than. So the gate opened, I have a store, or I have a boss. Yeah, let's risk it. Risk it for the brisket. Be the Minotaur, be the Minotaur. Yes!
You look absolutely smashing.
He's in golden armor now.
Gleaming coat of bronze with which I'm adorned now, short one. Your doing as I understand.
Yep.
My father is to thank for that, not me. I've proven difficult for him to contain, so now I'm beneficiary of his latest pact of punishment. You're welcome.
I haven't thanked you as of yet. You'll come. I'll repay you suitably for having me encased within this suit.
Oh shit. So, fun fact, he gets his new abilities here, as well as the boss fight. So, yay! There we go. And I still have to fight him again.
Yes, I win this round. In the name of Hades.
Let's see. After using Call, you deal more damage. When you take damage, foes are struck by lightning, and your lightning effects also make foes jolted. I'm a really big fan of that one.
Thunder time.
Altar.
No thanks.
Sure, I guess. I'll take the key. It'll replenish the altar I just spent. Next. Alright, so I've got that, and I've got a key. Let's alter this. Yeah, let's go for it. Because the darkness will also replenish my health. But oof, this is gonna be rough. These guys are always a problem. This may just actually kill me. So the shield guys that I just had to fight 3 of and just caved part of my face in, they can do much like I can. They can block damage from a direction. So generally I have to get very creative with how I deal with them. And the game does like summoning them in multiples, which becomes a very interesting problem when you start getting weird-ass shield walls. There we go. Boop.
On my authority.
Alright, give me a little bit of health at least. Come on, come on. Show me the thing. Yeah, that's worth 25. It may not be, because this may be... Nope. Although all these little foes may be good for me. Because I may get better chances of getting healing items. There we go. Give me a euro. Thank you. I'm probably gonna die here. Luckily for me, I have changed. Last time I think I tried with this difficulty, I hadn't unlocked the Stubborn Defiance, which is really good. Oof. Let's go for Artemis. Ooh, this is not going to be good. A bit of help, please, Thanatos. There we go.
See you.
Fires a second projectile, which is always good. Your foes take damage when the bloodstone lodged in them is dislodged. This would basically just be adding 120 damage every time I do that. So I'm gonna do that. Where are you? What are you? What are you? Dark. Yeah, let's try it. This is probably a bad idea.
Champions of Elysium, now prove yourselves.
Because this does take time, unfortunately. But darkness also increases my health, so... Yeah. I may not survive the encounter, though. Although that may turn out to be in my favor. Because now I'm at a higher health point going into the next room.
Excellent.
And yeah, I'm in a pretty good spot. And now my, the thing resets, so...
Thank me, mate.
I'll take that. I'll take this, which I will put... if those take damage, I will take... It was a weird play. I probably shouldn't have taken the gamble, but it worked in my favor.
Something for the mirror.
So, alright. Now then, I got 3 minutes to beat these two. Oh yeah. Theseus now has a chariot and guns. There's the bull down. And now I get the ultimate from her, which is good because it fills up the entire screen. So the way the calls work is if you if you look, there are 4 bars along the bottom underneath my health. There we go. Will you stop being impervious, please? Please? And all I need is one of them to actually trigger the ability. But if you get up all 4, you get a super version of the effect. Which is what caused the entire room to be filled. Yoink!
Someone back home would practically die for this stuff.
Gotta say hi to my shade.
Until next time, good shade.
My one fan. How's it going? Now we head back. Or now we head up. Into the part that I'm actually kind of concerned about.
The worst is yet to come, boy.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Look forward to it.
Father. Boop, take that. Nope, I am keeping this. Let's see, shop. I think I'll keep what I have.
So close.
So close.
Cheers.
I'm curious if while I'm in this main room, is the clock gonna tick down? Because it is a very large room.
The underworld's entryway.
Alright, we're about to find out. Yep, sure does. Alright, cool. Where's my fish? I just heard the fish ding. Or not. Oh, that's annoying. Artemis, let's go.
Maybe it's in here. Useless.
The timer keeps ticking. Interestingly, I can seemingly alter the rewards at any point along this thing, not just the beginning.
Stand down or suffer.
Here is where I feel the shield particularly comes into its own. Is these tiny rooms where you will just continuously smash things into walls and interrupt them out. shit. Poison.
Lady Artemis.
Oof, okay. Your dash strike deals more damage. Don't want to replace Thunder Dash. Your cast fires a secondary projectile, which is probably good, and any damage you deal has a chance to be a critical. Or it just gives me more critical. So I'm gonna take the fire second projectile.
Strike count. A moment's rest.
Let's go for Demeter.
Lights out.
Because now, essentially, whenever I cast, I fire 3 arrows. I fire my actual cast arrow. Please stop poisoning me. I fire my cast arrow, the arrow for casting my cast, and the secondary arrow now. Yes! Oh, that's so good.
Special treat for Cerberus.
Oof.
In the name of Hades.
Alright, that's good. Your attack is stronger and inflicts chill. Which I might get, actually. Because Chain Lightning isn't going to be as helpful, I feel, against Hades. But having it do 53% more damage is a very good one. Also, though, this, if Hades is the only enemy, taking 20 damage every half a second, stacking up to, well, no, that's just the chill effect. We're gonna try Killing Freeze. We're gonna see how well that works.
Shiny.
6.5 minutes. Do I take the gamble? Well, first I go fishing, because my time stops while I'm fishing. Come on, there we go.
You're mine. I got a gap.
Alright, so what do I still have? Nothing I really want, to be honest. I could go for the coin, or I could just get this and be done with it. Get the palm. We are going to have our secondary projectile deal more damage. And then, just so I have time to be patient on Hades with the shield, I'm going to just go right for the fight.
Alright, one boy.
Cerberus fed. The sack contains vermin.
I did it.
Alright. Luckily, Hades himself isn't modified by the Pact. Unfortunately, the things he summons can be modified by the Pact, so...
One last bit of business to take care of, then.
Yeah.
This blasted place. How can you even stand it on the surface here?
Oh, I just realized I don't think I have any effects that chill anymore. Lovely. Oopsie. Well, I do have that.
You waste your strength. Don't you even realize what you're doing, boy?
Alright, go ahead. Summon more. Summon more. Luckily, I still have the actual call. So if I use the call just with Hades, I get the benefit. There we go. I'm also glad that all of those skulls go away whenever I eliminate phase 1. Alright, well. Ow. Go on, laser me. This is why I like the shield. That's my favorite thing about the shield. Ow. Ow. Ooh, boy. Alright, that hurt.
Not yet persuaded to go back, I see.
On my last life. Oh shit. Shit. Yes! Ooh. That got a little closer than I would like.
You learned something at some point in all this.
Ah! No. Bleh.
Bye.
That is actually a pretty good lineup of powers right there. Nice. Thank you. And the blood. Well, there is Heat 10. I think...
The unrelenting underworld prince again vainly attempted to proceed beyond the current limits of this tale.
I love those. I love those so much. I think you get rewards up to Heat level 20, and then it stops giving you rewards. But the highest you can go to is in, like, the 40s if you have every single thing active. So, let's use the pup here. Yeah!
For ongoing underworld renovations.
We will gift the dog.
Cerberus yelps in merriment upon receiving such a generous offering.
Yeah! Pet the doggo.
Only the very best treats for my best friend, right, boy?
Yeah! Pet him again. Yeah. Good boy. Also, I suppose I should talk to him. And I like that you can just keep petting him.
Cerberus remains resting steadfastly in his spot.
I'm glad that I got him the giant bed.
Orpheus's contract.
I need 5! No! Oh, they changed it from what I thought. I need 2 more diamonds. Alright, everybody wait. No! Damn it! Can't I go the other way? Let me go the other way. Oh, wait. That gives me a diamond. You!
What's cooking?
Give me enough.
Done deal.
I'll talk to you in a minute, Meg. No! No! So close. God damn it. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to start clearing things on a higher difficulties. May as well do that. May as well do that. You know what? You can have this.
Here, Meg. Contraband. I wish I could do over how we started.
I, too, wish for a lot of things. Unfortunately, there's no unraveling the fate's patterns. We can learn from our mistakes or keep repeating them. That's it.
What if I've learned from my mistakes? Have I ever done anything to hurt you since we've been like this? Discounting the unavoidable and frequent fights to the death.
The unavoidable and frequent fights to the death.
There's nothing you can do to hurt me, Zach. It's just a question of whether you're worth my time.
Well, am I worth your time then, Meg?
You know... Let me get back to you on that. I need a little time to think it through.
I see. Take all the time you need.
Yeah. Oh, I've completed that. All right, cool. Megara. Just one more heart. What's up, Nyx?
I heard lately from the goddess Athena, Nyx. She seems to admire you. I thought Olympians didn't like our kind.
They typically do not. But you are family, child. And I believed Athena wise enough to understand why someone such as I would seek her in particular. She has in turn made others in her family aware.
You make a good team.
Alright.
How are you finding my old trusty spear then, hmm? Or perhaps you have a preference for my brother's and my sister's former arms. Kept under lock and key, and yet they're now in your possession, it would seem.
So it would seem.
The weapons in the courtyard. Of course you know about them by now. I stole them. Why not just take them from me? I'd be stuck.
The thought has long since crossed my mind. However, I'm not fool enough to tamper with
They
those
go
basic
where they
things.
please.
They go where they please. They cannot be contained. Like you. Now why don't you go entertain each other more?
Sounds good.
Do my best. Alright, what's up, Than? Here, take this.
Thanatos, I wanted to apologize for the last time I approached you with a bottle of the real thing and give the whole exchange another shot. Would that be alright?
You're asking my consent to give me yet another lavish gift. Sure. Permission granted. Though, what makes you think that your approach this time is going to be any more successful than the last?
I don't know that it will. I never really know exactly where I stand with you. But I know how I feel. And I'd rather be upfront with you even if it means risking our relationship such as it is.
Our relationship? It wasn't long ago you were prepared to throw it all away while making for the surface, if you don't recall. But now you're saying that you care for me. And what exactly, Zagreus?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Then. I should not have left the way I did without letting you know. But when you found me, I think that's when I knew. Or started to realize, you know?
Yes, I know, I think, because when I heard you took off, the anger that I felt, it wasn't something I expected.
You can,
So, what do we do now?
You can basically enter into a relationship with Thanatos, Megaria, and, for some reason, Dusa.
Maybe we ought to take our time. Unlike the real thing there, that's a commodity we have in good supply. Just know that if you feel the way I do, you know where to find me. And if not, I'm grateful anyway.
I see. Well then. The best that I can say for now is that I'm grateful too for this. Take care of yourself, Zag.
Wait,
Also, he is just pretty badass. I'm just I'm gone. Poof. Thanatos. Yep, there we go. I have filled out the Thanatos bar. I have one away from Megaria, and others of note, Dusa. I have quite a bit to go on Dusa. Alrighty then. Anything I can get. So angry. Thought it was only one. Shouldn't have got that disco ball. Fuck. Let's give the doggo a thing. Yeah, look at that. Doggo now has a ball. Best boy. Also, I have this lyre that I don't know how to really play. They just make noise. Blurring.
The Mirror of Night.
We're just gonna level that up until I can max that out. So we're gonna take a look. Is there anything that rewards diamonds? Does not look like. Well, that does. Does that just unlock them? I wonder. Since I have 10 blood, let's go see something. Asshole. Oh. I can give... Oh, I wonder. Does he have a companion for me?
While I know your services have already been paid in full, your sources ought to know you've been doing an excellent job. So much so I wanted to give you this.
Is that a vintage bottle of ambrosia, pal?
Nice.
I never even thought I'd get to try a thing like that. I mean, what am I here? You know what? I want you to have this. To symbolize our friendship and in case you ever need a hand out there.
Skelly, mate. You really shouldn't have. Do you have any idea how hard to find this is?
Okay, so, if I put this...
Should help me gain more darkness.
So, and I put 1 point into... Oh yeah, also, fun fact. All of these have a secret version down here, which is unlocked as you kind of progress through. So, this is unknown. This is unknown. All of these are unknown, except for the spear and the sword. I don't even have the shield yet, despite clearing out constant things with the shield. The spear...
Let's go with this one.
Varatha gains the aspect of Guan Yu, which is entertaining. And the sword gains the aspect of Arthur. Which are both just really fun effects. So... And then there is a special achievement once you've unlocked them to take those versions. Where is it? The Holy King, for example. The Stygian blade shall someday rise from the underworld in a form it shall assume again in the hands of a mighty king whose tale is yet to be spun. Reveal the secret of Stygius and bring it to the surface. So you get a quest, basically, to take the Sword of Arthur to the surface and beat Hades with it, I believe. Same with the Sword of, or the Spear of Guan Yu, and I assume I'll get one for the other 4 as well.
Stygius hungers.
But what I am curious about is, let's see if that needs to be unlocked.
Grant me the aspect of Nemesis.
So since that only costs 1, let's see. Now then, is the other thing that gave me diamonds here. Where are you? So I just need to unlock them. Alright, so now I need Hera, Hades, and Zeus. Let's see. I probably can't get them. I don't think the 9 blood will get me there.
Let me see into your
I think I just need the core... The core 3. I don't need this one for it. So that...
Grant me the aspect of my father.
What can I see?
And then... Zeus.
Grant me the aspect of Zeus.
Hey, whoa, what?
Well, that looks rad. Hera.
Grant me the aspect of Hera.
What did you just do?
That looks rad.
Suck it to me, boyo.
I assume I will need Talos.
Grant me the aspect of Talos.
Hey, what's going on back there?
Don't worry about it.
Ready, Exegriff?
I think I'm gonna be just short. Yeah. No, actually.
Grant me the aspect of Hestia.
Hey, what just happened?
Prophecy fulfilled. Yeah, I think I got there. I think I got there. A violent past. 4 diamonds, please.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Yeah. I just turned 10 blood into 4 diamonds. That sounds like a terrible exchange. Alright, well.
In the name of Hades, I hereby release Orpheus from the terms of his pact.
What?
Yes.
Where did you unearth that blasted contract?
LOL.
And next?
Suck it, Dad. I don't know what that's going to change, but I assume at some point I'll see some ramifications for that. And I'll get 2 nectar from it. And now I have all of the base forms of the weapons unlocked. Okay, that one looks rad. The aspect of Nemesis looks cool.
Just watch the ribs with that, okay?
So yeah. What is the version of Zeus do? Your special becomes Blitz Disc. Your special deals rapid damage returning on command. That's weird. Because now I can just be over here fighting. Not sure how I feel about that.
Let's go.
What do you get? Your cast loads into your next attack, firing on impact. So I load it, and then it just adds the damage. Alright, that's kind of cool. Your special becomes Magnetic Cutter. Its pull deals 20 damage. Oh, interesting. I become Scorpion. Ooh, that's got a hell of a range, too. Interesting.
I think I'll try this
And
one.
finally, after you manually reload, your next shot is empowered. So
No, keep hitting.
I have to manually reload. I wonder if it's based off of like the amount I had to reload. It doesn't look like it. Not sure I like that particular one. The rest of these sound neat though. And what is Zeus's? Or sorry, Hades. Your spin attack becomes Punishing Sweep.
Felt all 3 points on that spear valve.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
Interesting. Alright. And then Nemesis. For 3 seconds after you special, your attack may crit. Sounds alright. I still hold that the best thing is this, homie.
Chaos.
But at some point, I will need to, I guess, A, unlock them, and B, just go to the surface with the basic versions of... Ooh. You have the Frostfire Blade, but your max health and healing are reduced by 70%. But it gives me a life-stealing spin attack. I'm not sure I like that. Just, oof. Big oofs indeed. But since another run will take a little bit of time, we're probably going to call it there. This has been really fun. I'm definitely going to probably start playing more of this in between various Persona-ing. But I'm still going to work at finishing Persona because that game would take forever if... Well, that game takes forever normally. It's going to take even more forevers if I don't work on it. But this has been real fun. I look forward to playing it some more. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time. Bye-bye.